Garden Guy Charlie Stalker is here. It's Friday. We're taking your calls, and good morning to you.
Well, good morning to you. It's been a while. It's been a while.
Weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I wasn't here last Friday, but I just said, are the hydrangeas out?
Yes, the hydrangeas are out.
Oh, okay.
I
thought I saw a couple, and then I haven't seen
they're
any more.
exploding with color. There are several varieties, but I have a quick fire hydrangea in the front of my house, and it almost looks iridescent. It's so white. It almost looks like it's just light emanating from it.
Yeah.
It's
that's
tremendous.
what's so cool about them. Okay, well, let's get to Kathy off the top here from Newburgh. Hey there, Kathy.
Morning, Kathy.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I have two questions.
All right.
One is about insects, and the other is a separate question about lavender.
Okay.
The first question is, I have a systemic insecticide.
Okay, now. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I have just seen my first dreaded Japanese beetle this season.
My goodness.
Yeah, and then also I have trouble with spider mites. So my question is, if I put this systemic insecticide on, is that going to affect the pollination for my tomato plants and for my flowers? Like, will it kill off the good insects?
Will it kill off the good insects?
It's all according to what kind of systemic it is, but I would say no. But that's not what to use for. That's not what to use for spider mite. You have several good questions in there, and I guess that's just her first question, isn't it? So you want me to be brief. Number one, Japanese beetles are now just coming into the forefront. And there will be, now remember I said this, so few of Japanese beetles this year, their numbers continue to decline, that really one of the simplest things to do for Japanese beetle is simply to pick them off whatever plant or bush you're finding them on and drop them in some soapy, sudsy water or a little bit of bleach water, if you will, or squeeze them if you can do that. And that's the easiest way to get rid of them. Your spider mite, on the other hand, is the chemical to use for that is better a contact spray, meaning like a bifenthrin, a malathion, something that when they ingest that part of the leaf, they're immediately killed, and you don't have to wait for that systemic to get up through the roots onto the plant, because normally systemics you spray down around the ground. You can spray it on the plant, and it will be more effective that way. It will work quicker with the spider mite. Will it affect other good insects? Yes, if the insects eat it, it can affect it. How much of a difference will it make? I say it's worth the spray because you want to get rid of spider mite, because spider mites can do some real damage to your plant material.
Spider mites.
Did I answer all of the questions?
Well, I think so.
Or were you listening?
I was listening.
Okay.
I'm just surprised to hear that the Japanese beetle is on the way out.
Yeah, they have been for the last 5 to 6 years.
That's good,
It
right?
is good. It is good.
They were a problem. Okay, Matthew from Evansville. Matthew,
Isn't
hello.
this fun?
Yes, we are rolling on Friday.
Matthew.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah. Hi, Matt.
I was calling in. What is the best thing to kill poison ivy?
Best thing to kill poison ivy really is to wipe it with glyphosate, or same thing as Roundup. It's just to wipe that area. You also have a poison ivy killer that is like, I don't think there's dicamba is allowed anymore, but it actually it goes down into the roots and does its kill that way. But I would look for just a poison ivy and poison oak killer. Now let's see, I know you're in a hurry, but how do you tell the difference between poison ivy and poison oak? You can't. It's the same plant. Predominantly in this area, you find poison ivy. But down south, go to some other areas, and that same three-leafed ivy could probably, and most probably is, poison oak. So you really can't tell the difference between the two. Isn't that interesting?
You know what's interesting, knock on wood? I've never had a reaction.
Well, I will bring some poison ivy in next week.
Rub it on.
And I will rub it on your arm, and then the next week we'll see.
We'll see if it, what if I just...
What better way to tell?
Yeah, okay, we're back with Charlie after the cat it.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
Okay, well, we've got Terry on the line from Evansville.
Morning, Terry.
Charlie.
Good morning.
I'd like to know about orchid plants and after they bloomed, and also I got another question. Can I put Epsom salt on tomato plants and hibiscus, or what's your take on that?
Yes, you can put Epsom salts on tomato plants. You can put them on Althea, hibiscus, and it will help them to bloom. And in the blooming process, you will get more tomatoes, okay? I agree with that. In terms of orchids, the things about orchids, I'm not real familiar with them, although I do know that these things, they are a bromelade. They're
Tropical
actually,
plant.
I'm sorry?
Tropical plant.
They're a tropical plant. The drier, almost to an extent, the better. They like dry plants. And that reminds me, we didn't answer the second question she had on lavenders. Lavender likes the drier the better, the hid coat. But orchids like it to be dry. They don't like any wet soil.
Okay, we've got Joyce on the line from Henderson.
Morning, Joyce.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I don't know if you can help me or not.
I'll try.
But I'm wondering how you get rid of bed bugs.
Bed bugs. Oh, that is an interesting. You said bed bugs, right? Yeah, we had someone on this just this week.
Pyrethrin. You can look for the chemical pyrethrin. It's safe to use on the inside, and you can use it in large dosages. It's actually made from the chrysanthemum, but pyrethrin is safe to use on the inside, and that's what I would use. That was one chemical.
Okay, well, we had someone on the. Okay, we got one more caller, Daniel on the line.
Good morning. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning. Do we have Daniel?
Daniel.
Not on the TV.
Okay, now we go. Good morning.
Oh,
Yeah, are the morels already all gone?
Yeah, the morels are already gone. They've gone through their stint. If you haven't collected them in the woods, you will not be able to collect them now because they are gone.
Oh, well, I think it was a good season because I saw a lot of pictures on Facebook.
They're probably one of the best ever because of the moisture in the early spring.
Yeah. What'd you bring along?
I brought nutgrass along, and many people see this and they think that Roundup will take care of it because it is a weed. If you look at it under just a gross microscope, the blade is somewhat triangular, and the nut is actually in the root. And many people think, well, if I pull the nut grass out, I can get rid of it. But actually, you exacerbate it by the nuts staying in the ground, and you have that many more weeds, the nutgrass weed. So the only thing you can use to control nutgrass in your lawn, and you primarily find it in areas where it's a little bit more moist, is a compound or a chemical called dismiss. And it's pretty well prevalent. It's DISMISS. You want to get it early, I would say another 2 weeks, and it's almost has like a shell over it that it's impermeable to anything. But if you spray dismiss now for the next 2 weeks, you can control your nutgrass. And the bad thing about nutgrass is you can mow your lawn, and within a day, your nutgrass is just a little bit higher than your grass because it grows faster, and it makes it non-uniform and ugly. So remember, it's a kind of a minty light green. Dismiss is the chemical you use for nutgrass, and you want to do it in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Dismiss.
And I just want to point out that what you brought here, you say these are drought
These are all drought tolerant. Moonbeam coreopsis, ruby, stella, daylilies. They bloom nonstop. Shasta daisies.
Of course.
Miss Kim, coneflower, and the Stella d'Ors. But if you want drought tolerant plants, these are great.
That's it. Headlines up next.